call this our Wedgwood moment, and that's because Josiah Wedgwood was a potter, but he didn't have the political influence of his friend, William Wilberforce, and he was passionate about abolishing slavery, and he thought to himself, well, what can I do? And he created, and at his own expense, produced small medallions, anti-slavery medallions, which were really a very early logo for the anti-slavery campaign. And he used that logo to introduce the subject of slavery to the British public at that time. And it became a fashionable thing to wear, and in that way he infiltrated people's homes with this campaign. And so the Modern Slavery Garden is our little Wedgwood moment. We want to introduce this subject, the subject of modern slavery, to the British public at this time when so many people just don't know enough about it. I've designed this garden, and it's my first time designing a Chelsea garden, and I'm very, very pleased to have the help of David Dodd from the Outdoor Room, who is a very experienced garden builder. So thank you, David, for your help so far. And one of the big challenges of this garden is that we, of course, want the garden to be as clean of any slavery as possible. And so I started to ask questions of the suppliers, particularly of the hard landscaping materials. And I was very surprised. There were two reactions from the companies that I approached. Some companies just really didn't know what I was talking about at all. Other companies, they knew about the issue, but they really weren't going to engage with me. They weren't going to answer my emails or answer my questions at all. And then some companies did engage and were interested in the subject and were doing their best. They'd started on the journey and were willing to have that conversation. And I'm particularly grateful to two companies who've really gone on this journey with us as we've sourced materials for the garden. The first company is Edward Bulmer Natural Paints. And Edward is over there. Wave, Edward, so everybody can see. I'm so grateful for Edward for his expert advice on the colours and also for the generous way that he shared his knowledge of his supply chains and the paint industry with me. And then the other company is London Stone. Unfortunately, Steve Wally can't be with us tonight. He's unwell, but he also has given me a lot of information about stone, which of course is crucial to building gardens. And he's explained to me about the issues of slavery in stone. So I'm very grateful to them. Thank you. So with the Modern Slavery Garden, and with the help of journalists and the BBC, we will be beaming the message into people's homes. But we're also hoping to give people the opportunity to have something of the Modern Slavery Garden in their own gardens. So you'll see the images of a rose around the room. This is the Modern Slavery Rose, which has very kindly been bred by Colin, who's travelled from Dixon Nurseries in Northern Ireland. He bred the Modern Slavery Rose for us with his expertise. Thank you very much. And just to give it a plug, it'll be available when next winter. Oh, available to order now. Now, as you gardeners all know, Chelsea's a time when we're all rushing around trying to get flowers to perform on the day of judging. And one flower that may have escaped us is the Modern Slavery Rose. I'm not that optimistic that we're going to have it in flower, but so I hope you will enjoy the images that we have for you, because you'll see shiny leaves, but you probably won't see much in the way of flowers come May the 23rd. That's enough from me. Thank you very much indeed, and do come and see the garden. We hope to see you all there. And don't forget also the People's Award. If you like the garden, please vote for us, because then we get even more exposure. Thank you.
Welcome.